Good morning. So a little sloppy start to my live, but it is bright and early. Hi, TD. I hope you're feeling better today. So a little surprise live. So I know I've been absent from the channel. We have a lot going on here, guys. So and I know all of you have missed Dueling Tarot on Friday. So I figured I would jump on before I start my regular work day and my cup of tea. This is what I look like in the morning, nice and slow. So you want to talk about car chases? Fire off in the comments. Taught a class last night. TD is one of my students on here, and we were working on reversals. So reversals in tarot are a little bit different. I'm going to bring up my other camera, give you guys a little mini lesson. We'll do like a little mini lesson this morning. So this is a little chart that I created. We're going to make it a little bit bigger so y'all can see it. But when we look at reversals and when we look at the different qualities of our tarot cards, hi Broke Schlo, I'm gearing up to come back on more regularly. I've been up to my nostrils with all kinds of crazy stuff. So life has been bananas recently. So talking about reversals, teaching reversals in tarot is a little bit tricky because a lot of people, they just want to do the opposite. So let's say, we have our Hermit card. Hermit card is considering things with the information that you have. Be careful consideration, going off on your own to understand better what you need to do moving forward, or really make determinations. So if we look at it in reverse, then we go, well, this is somebody who's not making considerations and not really paying attention to what they need to do. But actually, we have like 3 phases of each side of the card. So we have an early phase, a middle phase, and a late phase. And that's for upright and reversals. So you get actually like 6 meanings for your tarot card. It's not so much upright and reversed, but it's like a clock that ticks, and you have like 45, 90-degree angle, 45, totally upside down. So you get these great gradations of the meanings of the card. But little mini lesson for you guys. I'll have another session, another 8-week session of my class coming up. And I'll have a digital product coming up, and I'm going to finish and publish my ebook probably by the end of June, possibly early July. So I've got somebody graduating this year. Hey, Facebook user, I am not sure what that means, but okay. That's awesome. So I know we all care about the Harkles. So let's see what's going on. Hey, Amanda, good morning, honey. Good morning, Sunny. Good morning, everybody. I don't know if you're in my time zone. Amanda, I'm pretty sure you're in my time zone. But let's take a look. Let's see how Ms. Mockle's feeling this morning. Let's do that. If you want to see something, let me know in the comments. Sunny, I see your comment there. You can make a super chat or a super sticker, and I will do that. I don't TD. I watch the recording that I sent you last night because we talked about them a lot. So let's see what's going on, past, present, future with Ms. Mockle. How is she feeling this morning? So to date, we have, they claimed they were on a 2-hour chase, and they claimed that they demanded that they wanted the pictures from Backgrid, their BFFs. And now, hey, Fitness Hutch, I just watched. All right, so everybody, if you're not subscribed to the Fitness Hutch, go subscribe now because he got the Duchess of Narsussex interviewed last night. They did a whole thing. I just watched it. It was awesome, Hutch. They did a whole thing on mental health. To be sure, like my absence right now, I'm struggling a little bit with my mental health. I think everybody does every now and then. I just have a lot of pressure that's going on in my life. So it was so great. She talked about her struggles with mental health. The fittest Hutch, Melanie talked about what she does in her work, and I think it was really a great session. Hutch, I think you're doing great. His channel's doing great. And you keep partnering with all these amazing things. Like, I'm like, holy crow, like everybody's your best friend. It's awesome. But he's this close to 1,000. So let's go over there and get him monetized. So even my Facebook people, go over the Fitness Hutch, go subscribe to him right away. Okay. So it's necessary. And Hutch, wait until you see my arms. I don't have a good shirt on, but I've got all this definition and I'm a little less soggy down here. So things are looking good. My arms are looking jacked, man. So, all right. So let's talk about Ms. Monaco. And I don't have my wand because it's upstairs from my trip to Florida. So, uh, so past, present, future. So we've got her here as the hermit. So she's on her own. This is somebody who's functioning on their own. This is somebody who is doing their own thing, operating as a sole proprietor, if you will. And here in the present, she's currently in a position where she is really lock solid. So I'm going to say that this is, she's in a pretty comfortable position so that she can do these kind of odd things and she can kind of throw these things out. This is the cherry on the cake. So, at the beginning of my live, we talked about early energy, middle energy, or late phase energy. So, think about it like I have with my little picture here. Think about it like a wave. The early phase, it's still developing. The middle phase, it's well formed and ready to go. And then the late phase is waning or falling apart. So when we read tarot, we want to make sure that we kind of pick up on that and you really lean into your intuition here. So I'm leaning into my intuition right now. You know what? I'm going to put, for the Facebook users, I'm going to put my Venmo up here and my PayPal. So there you go. You got that just so you can see it. If you'd like a personal reading, you can make a donation. You don't have to. I'm going to try and get to you, but I got to start my day job in 45 minutes. Hi, Mel. So I'm getting the sense that this is a middle to late phase energy for her in terms of this protected, cloistered, solid kind of positioning. So the Nine of Pentacles is always our kept woman. This is somebody who gives up freedom for a certain amount of luxury and excess. So she's right there. Now, our future card gets a little interesting because we've got our wish card that's in reverse. We've got that Nine of Cups that's upside down. So that means wishes aren't going to come true. This feels more mid to late energy for me. This feels like, the cow is already out of the barn or the horse is out of the barn, whatever livestock you want to talk about. So it's already out of the barn and it looks like we're not going to be able to pull that back in. So what does she need to do to fix this? All right, let's take a look at that because I really, one of the reasons I have been on a quasi hiatus is because I really want the focus of the channel not to be brow bashing these people for making celebrities, I don't want to bash them for making these poor choices. People can be terrible people, but I still would like to see if we can make a fix. Let's see if we can fix this. Can we fix this? What does she need to do to fix it? So part of the problem here is that she still wants to move forward. This is a three-step process here. Still wants to move forward, still wants to be that entrepreneur, that spirit that is going to make money, have great ideas, do great things, have everyone adoring her. She still wants that kind of position. She's not looking backward. The ends justifies the means for her. This is somebody who is not going to look backward, and she's also not taking a bigger step back. And this part, we just talked about the fitness hutch and the fitness hutch that did a mental health session with the Duchess of North Sussex. This is somebody who's not looking back and realizing the damage and the mental health conundrums that she's left behind her. So again, this is for entertainment purposes only. We do want to make sure we say that this is my opinion. This is just a tarot reading, and we're just trying to get the energy and just trying to help people along here. So this is somebody who she's just not looking back. This is scorched earth, and she's just moving forward. So now the photos that we did see, allegedly they moved from a blacked out SUV to a yellow city cab. So, and for my British folks on here, there are celebrities all over New York. I myself, when I was 14, ran into Billy Idol on the street. It was awesome. Me and my girlfriends were like, "Oh my god!" But we used to. We're pretty close to New York City. I don't go in a lot anymore, but you can get to the city in like less than an hour. You can scoot right in, and there's celebrities all over the place. They're just, on one birthday I was up there. Mike Tyson's birthday is close to mine. Went to a private club with the guy I was dating, and Mike Tyson was in there, and I kissed him on the cheek. It was really cool. It was years ago. I think I was 22 or 23. I was really young. I might have even been younger than that. So no, it was 22 or 23. I was of age in a bar. But so let's see whose idea it was to move them from that blacked out SUV to the cab. Let's see whose idea that was. I'm going to say it was both of their ideas, and it was more of a manic situation. Not manic in the clinical sense, but it looks like this was like, yeah, this is a good idea. Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's do this. Not looking at the whole picture. It wasn't done with the counsel of their security. And having lots of people in my life that are involved with security, my ex-husband worked with rock bands. I have a number of family members that work in security and crowd control. Let's just put it that way. Probably the poorest idea. One of the things that we have always trained the kids, because they're in school, to situational awareness. And any of my law enforcement or military people totally get this. Situational awareness. You come into a situation and you scan it, right, Hutch? You with me on this one? Scan the situation. I mean, it's a sad state of affairs that we had to teach the kids the difference between concealment and cover for when they're in school. We're one of the fortunate school systems that has class 2 or class 3 officers out, stationed outside and around the building. So we have a very secure school system. But in the event that's, some ish goes down, we want to make sure the kids know the difference between concealment and cover. So we're kind of a riot when we go out to eat or anything. My son's favorite thing is like, how many weapons do we have on us? So between the four of us. So, we're a pretty fun pack to hang out with, but ready for anything. So it looks like this was a decision that they made unilaterally. This was made between the two of them. Let's get out of this car and let's go into another car. Poor decision. Really was. I don't think that this was for the photo. I think it was more for just out of like this frantic manic thing. So the energy here feels very well formed. It feels very mid-range energy, and it does feel like they are just so steeped in this milieu of chaos. They really want this to be straight up chaos and straight up. They want their life to be crazy. And I actually commented, I think it was on Avid Gardener, or it might have been Lady C. And I said, as a weirdo, or no, I don't know whose it was on, but I said, as a weirdo, spiritual, tarot weirdo, I really feel like they are manifesting this kind of chaos into their everyday life. They're really pushing for this. So it's a shame. The reality is we can manifest things that are good, and we can manifest chaos into our lives as well. I absolutely manifested the house that we're living in now. The market was very thin. We didn't have a lot of inventory to pick from, and out of nowhere this house popped up. So, and I got it. We paid too much for it, but we did get it, and we love our house. So we're very happy here. But that's not to say, if I won $1 million in the lottery, I wouldn't do lots of work to it, but but it is what it is. So so let's do this. We took a look at them. We took a look at old Megsy. Oh, I said old Megsy. We took a look at the decision to get out of that car. What's going to be the result of this? Let's see what the result's going to be. I'm trying to read as fast as I can, guys. Oh boy. Okay, I'm going out on a limb. Let's say this is staged. Let's say this is a staged event. They did this on purpose so that, oh, and you know what? My lighting is really poor. I've got one of my monitors in front of me. So let's say that they actually staged this event so that they could get something to happen out of it. What I think they want to happen out of it, I think they want back into the royal family. So we've got this position. So we've got our Queen of Pentacles here. Queen of Pentacles is super comfortable. Breakfast is being served in bed. We have a nice silver tray. We've got clothing allowance. We've got our cell phones paid for. We've got a ride to the movies if we want it. This was a great thing. Now, the world in reverse, I'm going to say that this energy is really a late phase energy. We're looking at early, middle, and late phase energy. So this is a late phase energy. Feels very stale, feels very staid, feels over. They ended it, they closed the door, they burned the bridge. Now in the future, what are we looking for? We're looking for a handout. We're looking for help. We are absolutely looking to get back home and to get that protection. So are they broke? They're looking for money. Is that? So I think that they may get a little bit of a donation here. They may get a little bit of a bump. Emmanuel, guten Tag. Pink hand waving. So I think that they're going to get a little bit of a handout. I don't think it's going to make them excessively happy. Again, when we look at reversals, we don't want to look at the exact opposite. Sun card is happy. It's all good things. When it's upside down, we have to start tapping into that middle, late, or the early, middle, and late energy. So we're looking at this sun as being like, meh, it's kind of a disappointment. It's well formed, but we're really going to be stuck here. And moving forward, I don't think that they're going to be able to go back. Who's going to prevent them from going backward? Let's pull one. Oh, that's hard disappointment right there. And it's the devil. They don't want her. You left, you're not coming back. Who's calling the shots on this? Let's pull it out. Three of Cups. It's a collective. So the Three of Cups here, we have, and a lot of cards, we look at this with the Mother, the Maiden, and the Crone. The young, middle-aged, and older woman. The Crone is not a crappity old witch. She's a crotchety old witch. She's actually just an old wizened woman. So we have the collective here that's very happy. When we're in reverse, we have a very unhappy collective. Oh, TD, thank you so much. This was just to kind of fill you guys in. Over the weekend, I was in Florida at my parents' house, and my parents have a place up here and they have a place down there. But I went down because my big sister got married, so we were down there. And we had a great time. I did like a 30-hour turnaround. Hutch, I think you saw the pictures of it. My folks' house, it was the first time I was down there. They bought it before the pandemic. I just haven't had time to go down, and they do come up. It's not like I haven't seen them, but house was beautiful. My sister just renovated a house with her new husband, who is amazing. It's really funny. All of my parents, I have two sisters, and all of us are married to guys that are in or retired from the same industry. So it's pretty funny. My dad's like, huh, how about that? Figure that one out. So it was a great trip. But so here we've got this collective that is just saying, yeah, we're not going for this. This is not a good idea. So if they sat down with that, movie style bowl with the marbles in it, they got blackballed. They absolutely got blackballed. So I think they are trying to get back into the royal family. I think they're trying to ask to do that. I think they're saying they do not want her. I think she is too problematic. And I just think that Harry's got some issues. I may do a private live because there's a lot that I have to say about him. Like kind of like a pay-per-view event, I guess. And I just don't want to do it on a public forum. So now I have a half hour. Let me go up. Let me see if I can give you guys a little fun, kick off your weekend. Let me go back up. I know somebody had asked a question about themselves. Broke Schlo. It's always a pleasure to see you here, honey. Okay, so Sunny, you're not the cab driver from Meghan and Harry, are you? No, I'm kidding. I think I'm just teasing. So, Aprajita wants to know what Aprajita thinks of me. Let me see. So there's something very closed off about Aprajita. So I don't know if this is having been burned by a past relationship or just not open to being in a relationship. It feels like there's some residual damage done. It doesn't feel permanent. This feels like just, kind of like a skinned knee relationship wise. So I would keep that in mind. As a result of this, Aprajita is closed off to the emotions of others. It doesn't feel like, when you meet somebody and like, oh, you just really connect and your energies kind of blend together and you feel like those two circles, like a yellow and a blue circle, and you blend together and you get that nice green section in the middle. The Aprajita is just closed off to combining spirits with someone like that. It's really something that this person is just opposed to, and just kind of has almost like a little shell around them. Give it some time. Give it a little bit of time. Continue to be kind. Little bits of kindness are going to go a long way. And I think we're going to see eventually those walls are going to come down. Don't worry about the death card. The death card is not, it's not, kaput. The death card is transformation. And one of the things, I was talking about with my students last night is in the death card, and everybody misses this. There's the sun rising. There's that hope in the background. So it's the death card. I want you to think about as one door closes, another one can open. So it's really important to not be afraid of that death card. Transformation can be great. I'm going to the hairdresser today. I think my hair is going to look a little bit different when I come home. I think we're going back to Miranda style a little. I think I'm going to get a little bit shorter. I don't know. I'm going to brush my hair out later and see what I feel about it. So Aprajita is going to go through this transformation. That's a result of this relationship, this past hurt that's been there, and then going in, and there's going to be some focus on work. This is a distraction for this person. This person's going to dig into work and start to get a little bit busy, but all work and no play makes all of us dull people. There's going to be the dream state that comes in. So our 4 of Cups is when we're, happy with things as they are. And you can see that from, the full cups here. We have nice full cups of tea. Everyone loves a cup of tea. My cup of tea is stone cold, but let me grab a sip. So we have these nice full cups of tea, but the universe is kind of showing us another one. We're not necessarily disgruntled in this deck. This little leaf here looks a little bit disgruntled. But in most decks, that individual looks a little bit bored, is getting a little bit tired of the daily grind. So all this throwing into work and focusing on work to distract from all this ooey gooey relationship stuff that may not feel great at the moment because of the past hurt, we're going to start to have that creep in. So keep up with these little acts of kindness, flowers, chocolates, little notes, a wave, a nice word, text message, those kinds of things. Keep up with that. And I think you're going to be on a path in time. So just sit tight and keep doing the things, keep being nice, and we will see. So, Rari. And if you'd like, you can make a contribution either by Super Chat, Super Sticker, or any of my Cash Apps would be great. You don't have to, but sure would be nice on a Friday. So, all right, Hadi. Career reading. We're going to give you 5 cards. We're going to go through them. Look at a little timeline here. Let's do a timeline. Page of Pentacles. You don't like how much money you're making, but people are listening to you. Okay. All right. So you don't love the amount of money that you're making. You would like to make more. So it's just a little bit. You have an amazing mind. What you need to do is let that mind show. Don't be afraid to put your smarts and your know-how on display. You can do this without being overt, without being obnoxious about it. And that's one of the things, is that you have to be very low key. This is kind of like an undercover, I don't want to say undercover boss, but an undercover driving force for whatever industry you're trying to get into. It really, so, it's almost like, if you are an expert, if you're not engaged in the work that you want to do, the career that you want to do, a platform like a YouTube or Discord or something like that, you can start to flex your know-how and the work. I'm sorry, what? My phone's blowing up. You can flex the work and the know-how that you have on one of these public forums, create a vlog, create a blog, something like that, and start to create a database of how you are an expert, an SME, subject matter expert. I love that. You can flex it. This is a situation where you can fake it till you make it. And you may find that consulting is really where your heart is going to lay and where you're going to have the most impact. So consulting work is showing people what you do best, how you do it best. That's going to feel really good. Now, is that going to put the ducats in your pockets? Let's see. Not necessarily. It is a start. It's almost like the audition. Don't get stuck in it. Don't get too committed to this. Don't make it like a YouTube platform, like your full-time 9-to-5 job. You're going to have a good foundation. It's almost like something you can put on your CV for the next interview that you go on, for the next employer that you engage. They'll be able to see that you're active, you're dedicated, you're committed to the work. So that's what I see about that. I hope that makes sense. So again, if you'd like, you can make a contribution through any of my Cash Apps. Let me see who else. Prima, hi, baby. So Mel, so this is going back to the Meghan Markle thing and this crazy car chase, this Mr. Toad's wild ride, which was all I could think of. This song from Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. Merrily, 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 to nowhere in particular. So if you don't know that, it's a Disney movie. It was double feature with, I think, Legend of Sleepy Hollow. It's one of my favorites. But it's based on the Wind in the Willows. If you're unaware of this, I have so much useless knowledge in my head. But how does she think that she can say these things that are so easily disproven? Let's take a look at that. Let's see. Let's dive into that mind. I really feel like I should be. Let's see. Where's my Phantasm deck? I think this is. We're gonna switch up decks. Let's see what she is thinking. How do you guys like this time? Is this a good time? Is this a good kickoff? I know middle of the day, England is loving it. So this is my Phantom Wise Tarot. This is a deck I don't use a lot on the show because I just got it. So why does she think that she can just create this situation? There's a level of desperation here. So it's almost like she's flailing in the dark at this point. And, the spaghetti tactic has been her PR tactic for some time. She likes to throw spaghetti at the wall. She likes to do, and it reminds me of Coming to America when Prince Akeem, Eddie Murphy, is in the club with Arsenio Hall. I can't remember Arsenio's name. Is Semi? I think his name is Semi. And they sit down with one of the gals. They're trying to find a queen in Queens. And they sit down with one of the gals, and she's like, I want to be a rapper, and I want to be an artist, and I want to make my own movies, and I want to star in my own movies. It's almost like she really does want to just kind of throw everything at the wall. If this royal role that she manifested for herself is not working, she's kind of over it. And now she wants to move into this phase of, it's my whole life has been ruined. That's going to be the next thing that we hear. My whole life has been ruined. I can't do anything. I'm going to have to go into hiding. I'm going to have to be a recluse because I can't even go and accept this award that's being gifted to me, again, for entertainment purposes only. The gaslighting is going to blow up in her face. So the ruse, the illusion that she's putting out is going to absolutely blow up in her face. And the reality is she's not going to have any outlets after this. She's kind of put on all of the costumes, and she's really exhausted her I don't want to say resources, but she's really exhausted where she can go with this. How do we fix this? How, if I was doing a reading for Meghan Markle, how do we fix this? Well, she's not going to like this. So she needs to STFU. Shut the fuck up. I'm sorry. She needs to stop that. We all know that she edited or wrote Harry's book after the after the ghostwriter did. We all know she went in there and fixed it. And the catastrophic car accident, as soon as they said it, or catastrophic, near catastrophic incident, we all knew the minute that came out. At least I did. That came out of her mouth, or came out of her fingertips, or whatever you want to say. So that definitely came from her. So she needs to fess up to those not truths. She needs to realize that she is not going to be a multi-billionaire. That is her goal. Her goal is not to be an entrepreneur. It's not to be altruistic. Her goal is to be that Nine of Pentacles woman that's being kept and doesn't have anything to care about and doesn't have to look at the bank account before she orders Uber Eats or orders a $10,000 dress. She wants that kind of freedom. She needs to come to terms with the fact that that is not going to happen. It's not going to happen if she leaves him. It's not going to happen if she returns to acting. It's not going to happen if she wants to be an activist. Typically, activists are not super, super wealthy anyway. They gather money and dole it out. They don't gather money and keep it. And that was kind of the idea here. She was trying to make fetch happen. The dream is over. This dream of being wildly abundant is over. And she needs to stop pursuing it and get back to this Knight of Cups. This is our Knight of Cups here. She needs to get back to her heart. The heart is not there. She's again so manic and questing for financial luxury and success and smooth sailing that she's completely out of touch. So if she's doing chakra work, that heart chakra is shriveled and gross and not looking so good. I would hazard to say all of her chakras are pretty jacked up right now. So, becoming truly spiritual and almost like Ace Ventura at the beginning of it, the second one, which is our favorite movie over here. She needs to kind of go into that solitude and get much more spiritual. I don't know if she will. Oh, Rana, thank you so much, darling. I just put my makeup on. Hutch, absolutely. So, let's take a look at Harry's mental state right now. We're going to put those on the side. We're going to switch back. I just want to use that dark deck for her. So let's look at his mental state right now. Let's see. Because I don't know about you guys, but he looked like he was blazed in those pictures. Absolutely blazed. And, I have a girlfriend that lives up in Queens, and she said that every day, like another dispensary opens up on her street or on her route to work. And, cannabis, I'm going to call it cannabis, is legal in New York. So you can just get it. It's legal in California. It's legal here in New Jersey, Colorado. I don't know what other states, but I clearly don't travel. I don't think it is in Florida. I didn't see a lot of that action in Florida, but he looked absolutely blazed. So what is his mental state? And that's my own personal opinion, just because I know a lot of people that blaze. He's asleep at the wheel. Look, we got to sleep at the wheel here. He's happy. Oh, with his princess. So his mental state is almost like head in the sand, but underneath we've got rage. So this is a card that is specific to this Mystical Melodies deck, and it's a sad squirrel. And I always tell everybody this is like the toddler that's like stamping their feet and laughing and crying at the same time because they just don't know how they feel. They're just like, enraged about something, and they're just like, "Ah, yeah," and just like kind of having a complete and utter meltdown. So when it's in reverse, we're getting into some really dark territory here. We're getting into rage and not being able to hold that back, and it's about to blow up. He's got to hold on to that. He's really keeping the tiger in the cage, if you will. But he's being love bombed right now. He's asleep at the wheel, and as long as he is in a state of pliability, let's call it that, as long as he's in a state of pliability, she can love bomb him. So I think she is opposed to the drink. I don't think she's opposed to gummies and that sort of thing. So I don't know about the about the hallucinogenics or anything like that. That's something, we can look at again in a different forum. But I think he is being love bombed and mothered and cared for right here. This is our mother card, and this is like, I'm going to make everything happy. So, this would be a very manipulative, did I say manipulative, kind of environment for somebody like him. I don't think that his mental state is really clear. I think energetically what I'm getting is it's very clouded. So that tells me that there's probably some substance abuse going on. The entertainment purposes only. This is my opinion. This is my energy reading. I'm just tapping into the energies. Let's see. We're going to pull one card. Is he in a state of blaze at all times? Yep. And it's getting to be a little too much. It's becoming like a full-time job. And I'm not saying that, there's a problem like he can't set it down, like one of those powders or anything like that. I think it's and to be sure, like, I don't think that he's a powder person. I think he is a cannabis person. Yeah, just I'm not opposed to that particular substance as a legal item. I think should be regulated. I think it should be regulated. I think it should be taxed. Even though taxation is theft. I said that. Taxation is theft. But nonetheless. So Alexa Ann, good morning, dear. What do I have for you? Let me see. And on Facebook, you can make a donation through Facebook Messenger. My Facebook is public. So let's see what I got for you. You could also use one of my Cash Apps that's in the ticker below. What do we got for you? What's your weekend going to be like? So you should stay at home tonight, but tomorrow you should get out and about. And on Sunday, you should limit your choices. So it looks like this looks like, and I hate to say it because everybody I know is gardening right now, but this looks like, get out there and kind of do some fun stuff in the yard, maybe get some stuff cleaned up, maybe play a game of volleyball. We have a volleyball net in our front yard right now. And I had about 7 people out there playing volleyball yesterday, my son and all his friends and one of the dads. I looked out and I go, there's a man playing volleyball with the boys in the front. Should we be alarmed? But it was one of the kids' dads, so it was really cute. And we're gonna put the croquet set out tomorrow. I think tomorrow. So this looks like get out and about. Do it with other people. You're gonna go out, have a good time. Saturday's your day to have fun, and then Sunday is your day to kind of pare it back. Be selective about where you dispel that energy. You're gonna have a lot of options for Sunday, and a lot of these options are going to be indoor house chores. Pull back from that. To use Sunday as a day of recovery. So tonight you're going to stay home and just kind of chill out. Maybe I'll get my hair done later, but maybe I will do a live again later. You could pop on maybe later, do a little tarot happy hour. But tomorrow is going to be your day to get a whole bunch of things done, and then you're going to have Sunday fun day for rest and replenishment. So I hope that's good for you. Semina, how are you, darling? Hello. In which month will Harris contact me next action for me? All right. So we're going to do seasons because I got to start my other job in about 11 minutes. The cool thing is I just trade out the laptop. So it's great. So let's look. Summer, there's going to be a lot of people around. Fall, he's going to be paring down work. Winter and spring. So it looks like summer, he's going to be surrounded by a lot of people. So I think there's going to be an opportunity to get in there and be part of that crowd. So that you can kind of look at. In the fall, he's going to be busy, but it's going to be like all over the place. Like he's going to be busy with family. He's going to be busy with work. He's going to be doing things. In the winter, definitely is going to be moving away and possibly traveling. And then in the spring, it's going to be back to work. So this is somebody that you really need to it's like catch a tiger's tail. he's like constantly on the move, constantly kind of dodging you. So I think summer is going to be your best opportunity, but make sure that you jump in on group events. So, Prima, yes, 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 yes. But that's the narcissist gig, is they do try, and the narcissist, what they do try to do is they try to shine a light on their good stuff by saying that other people are not up to snuff, that they're not that great. So it's kind of oh, it's legal in Illinois too. Thanks, TD. Thanks, TD. Are they sleeping around on each other? So let's see. All right. Let me do this really fast. Are they looking for other? Whoa. Are they looking for love in all the wrong places? So here we'll do 1, 2, 3. Father, Son, Holy Spirit. And let's do Harry. Oh, not using his highest mind. Intuitively, I'm getting that he's in conversations with people, but I don't think he's making any moves. I don't think he's actually crossing the physical line, but I think he is texting people. I think he does have some emails maybe going back and forth, and he is a delete man. Delete, delete, delete. Her, I don't think anybody wants her. I think she is box office poison. I think the writing's on the wall with her, and she really looks like a dangerous person to get together with. Anybody that's at the caliber that she's going to want to be with has a lot to lose. So I think she's having some trouble locating that, and I think Harry's reaching out for some other people to support him. Oh, you played croquet growing up. That's awesome. That's awesome. So listen, so everybody, thanks for being here. Let's do this. I'm going to give everybody we'll do an energy card for the collective. So this is Raise Your Vibration. I got this from Hay House. They do I don't get any kickback from this or anything. They do a quarterly subscription box, and you get, I think it's like 3 card decks, and then you get a special gift in there. So this was one of the special gifts, or one of the card decks. Special gift was the Louise Hay deck. And I don't know where I put it. And that has affirmations on it. So let's raise our vibration today after talking about the crazy Harkles. Those crazy Harkles. They should do a cartoon. Those crazy Harkles. So raise our vibration for today. Your mind is an altar to source energy. So what does that mean? So, when I talk about, being psychic, developing psychic ability, getting in tune with spirit, getting in tune with the universe, getting in tune with the God source, whatever you'd like to call it. It's funny because I have an aunt who is very religious. She's Catholic. And we have like all religions in my family. My ex-husband was Buddhist. My father's Jewish. My mother's Protestant. My grandmother's Catholic. My one aunt is Catholic. We've got Methodists and all kinds of crazy thing in the family. I've got one cousin who is working with a shaman right now. She's actually an animal communicator. She's a really neat person. But for me, I wound up my my roulette ball fell on this weird esoteric stuff. But people ask all the time, like, oh, well, you don't believe in God, like that's evil stuff. No, I do believe in God. I do believe that there is some source. But what I think is that there is a source in all of the world religions that they have very similar stories. We all have a flood story. I think that they're all different versions of the same morality. Be nice to people, don't hurt animals, be nice to kids, raise your kids, be nice to your neighbors, that kind of thing. I think it's really important to adhere to the 10 commandments, or the dictates of kindness, but I do think that there is an energy source. We can't create it, we can't destroy it. I do think that we regenerate. reincarnate. I do think that. So, when I teach my classes and I teach people to be psychic, I explain to them the first thing I say. I actually had this conversation with somebody yesterday. Um, well, I can't be psychic, and I said no. Anybody can do this. Anyone can tap into it. Everyone has intuition. Everyone has that monkey sense. When the hair goes up on your arms, that's a holdover from when we were animals. We had to tap into that extra sense. So now in the modern world, do we need to have that extra sense? Do we need to be aware of that? No, because I can just pick this thing up and I can call someone and say, hey, this happened, or hey, there's a storm on the way. We don't have to pick up on those psychic cues. So sometimes we have to let go of our logical mind. We have to let go of Yvette, thank you so much. That's yeah, I miss you guys too. I promise I'm going to be back on more often. We've been like up to here. I moved like probably 12 buckets full of mulch the other day. Like, it's just craziness. My trees look really good though, so I mulched up my trees. So when we talk about that, your mind is an altar to source energy. It's that fabric, that psychic fabric that we can get into, and we can tap into the feelings of others, and we can tap into what's going to be the path of least resistance. Sometimes source energy will push us in different directions that we want to go. I want to be a famous painter, but the source energy is pushing me toward being a writer because that's really where I belong. Source energy has been pushing me to, I don't want to say be an influencer, but being a spiritual guide for some people. And I love my students. I love teaching, and it's so much fun because everybody has a different pathway, and I'm just trying to get them onto a really cool path. And I did I had a Vedic chart done by Thor Sandalwood. He's on YouTube too. If you're not subscribed to him, he's really cool. He's got some cool stuff. But he's Vedic astrology, and he said the same thing. He goes, "You're not really supposed to, just do readings for people. You're supposed to kind of lead people down the path. You're supposed to light up that path for them." And I think that's a really cool place. Like, I'm okay with being there. So yeah, so there's some neat stuff going on. I got to start my other job in like 2 minutes. So I'm going to pop off, but I may be back on uh, later on tomorrow or later on tonight. And I'm going to do a class over the weekend, and I'm thinking maybe I might do it live. Maybe I'll do a live class. Oh, TD, thank you. Maybe I'll do a live class and just get some more love out there. But I'm going to jump off. I'm going to go deal with insurance. I'm going to keep my uh source energy card on my desk for the day. So this came with like a little handy dandy holder, so I can hold that up and look at it all day. So that is what I'm gonna do. It's great seeing everybody in the comments, and Hutch. Yeah, if you want to do a live with me, I am totally game. I would love to do that with you and Mel. I think it'd be really fun. We talk about how tarot readers are a little wonky. So, also my girlfriend Shelly has been pumping on our Instagram. So, the Fortune Cookies Ltd Instagram, she's been pumping on that. So I owe her a call. I got to call her and talk about it. But I will see you guys over the weekend. I'll show up over the weekend. I promise. All right. So have a great day. Have an awesome day. Raise your vibration. Just go out there and get it good. Okay. Talk to y'all soon. Bye.